Welcome to the road to $1 million in cryptocurrency live stream, where I'm going to document my journey over the next 300 days to see if it's possible to become a crypto millionaire. Now, if you're new, my name is Sash. I'm an entrepreneur and I believe in financial education because that is the only way you and I are going to build financial independence. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and join me on this journey. This is day 26. Let's start. Yo, everybody, and welcome back to the live stream. Let's see. Yo, we got Azar. First one in the house. Welcome, Azar. APC is in the house. Welcome, APC. Mr. Khalid Isa, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you guys hanging out today. Now, before I dive into the spreadsheet, everybody, I want to fire off a tweet. Let's go ahead and fire off a tweet, shall we? Okay, so I think I know exactly what I want to say today. Dear, dear at lavacake, and let's just go ahead and tag Fish Swap as well. My wife says that if I don't get that lava payout tomorrow, I can't see the kids again. Please, you gotta help me. Oh, I love it. I love it. I thought that one through. P.S. We're live. All right. It's a big day, you guys. It's the day before. It's the day before the big day. It's the day before the big day. Oh man, it's a bit nerve-wracking, I have to admit. Hashtag the big day. Hashtag the big. Hashtag lava cake finance. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'm tagging them correctly. Hashtag crypto, hashtag DeFi, hashtag investing, hashtag money, hashtag geek arts. By the way, I'm wearing the old Geek Arts t-shirt today, you guys. I'm very excited. Eventually, I'll set up a store where you guys can also get a Geek Arts t-shirt. But for now, I have the only one in existence. Oh wait, a few of my old crew, and I'll tell you guys a story in just a little while, but a few of my old Geek Arts crew also have Geek Arts t-shirts. It's the craziest story. I'll tell you guys about that in just a sec. Hashtag 1 million. Hashtag 1 million. Okay, dear at lava cake. My wife says that if I don't get that lava payout tomorrow, I can't see the kids again. I cannot. Maybe let's make this clear. I cannot. Is it one word? I cannot see the kids again. Please, you gotta help me. You gotta help me. I forgot the me. Please, you gotta help me. Oh man, yes, that is the tweet. That is the tweet. That is the tweet. All right, let's go ahead and say hello to a couple more people, and I'll tell you guys about the story of this amazing t-shirt. So let's see what folks are saying here. Azar is first. APC is also first, which is very cool. Khalid says, best thing for me while I'm quarantined. Dude, I'm sorry to hear that you have to be quarantined, but we appreciate you hanging out today. Crush says, you are going to be the first one dumping lava cake. I probably am, but I don't think I'll be able to dump all of it. I think I might get to like 1 lava and then the price will go to like 1. I don't know, but I'll report the day after tomorrow. I'll report the day after tomorrow when all you folks in Asia, etc., are waking up and seeing your lava balance is really low. Oh man. But yeah, so the story of this Geek Arts t-shirt. So really, really crazy story. So when I first moved to Dubai, like in 2014, I attended Comic-Con, and that's where I realized that I had to start creating and selling my work. And I, because I'm a teacher and I work with students, I asked some of them if they wanted to come and help me out, right? And so they didn't actually come on the first year. They came on the second year. The first year was amazing. 2015, amazing. But I got some of my students to help out, and they became fondly known as the Geek Arts crew, right? And I taught them how to sell, obviously paid them commission on everything they sold. It was great. And we thought, let's make ourselves look legit. So we went to Carrefour, which is like a supermarket, and we bought these really cheap t-shirts. And I used my printer at home to like print the Geek Arts logo on this iron-on transfer paper, and we spent like all afternoon the day of oh my gosh, I think it was like the morning of Comic-Con. So Comic-Con runs over 3 days here in Dubai. The morning of Comic-Con, we were like frantically trying to iron on this print on the t-shirts. It was a mess. It was a nightmare. It was crazy. My wife is here. Awesome. Yes. Yeah. I sold your Wonder Woman painting. Yes. Yes, you did. That was a really, really awesome sale. APC says, I have a Geek Arts envelope. Yo, you remember. Seek Bolt is in the live stream. Welcome Seek Bolt, we appreciate you. Siberian Swap got the rug pulled after Harvest Day. Will the same thing happen to lavacake? Okay, so Siberian, in case you didn't know, apparently is one of Mark's other projects. And if you don't know who Mark is the guy who's the owner or the CEO of Fish Swap, which also rug pulled us last week. And so he's got all these projects. Mark is everywhere, you guys. Beware, Mark is everywhere. And so Siberian, I was told by one of Mark's ex-Fish Swap admin on Telegram, this guy just like DM'd me all the projects that Mark owns, and Venom Swap, Siberian, Manta Ray, and a few others are all Mark's projects. So it's unfortunate. But to answer your question, so what happened with Siberian was not a rug pull. Rather, what happened with Siberian is that the timer for the harvest lock, unfortunately, it's such a crazy, terrible system. I was invested as well in Siberian, but luckily I didn't buy the actual token. One of the mechanisms was that the timer would unlock from the moment that you staked, not from a specific block. So lavacake is slightly different in that the moment we hit a certain block, that's when the harvest will unlock. But with Siberian, it wasn't the case. And this is what I feel was the worst, the worst bit of information that they conveniently left out. They didn't tell people that if you staked early, your harvest unlock button would suddenly magically appear the moment the counter hit 0, right? So the moment the harvest started, most people who had already staked were able to instantly harvest. And so if they had big amounts in there, they were able to instantly harvest. And that's how the huge dump happened, which is really terrible. It's really unfortunate. Whereas the rest of us, we had to wait like 4 or 8 hours. It's terrible. It's terrible. So in a ways, you could say that it's kind of like a rug pull for sure. But with lavacake, I absolutely believe we are. Actually, I don't absolute. There's nothing absolute in crypto, but I have a firm belief, just based on some rough math, that we are going to drop 500x the moment the harvest unlocks. And that's just simple math. I just took the total market cap and divided it I'm sorry, the total number of tokens that are in existence. That means tokens that are in circulation and are harvest locked. So I took the total number, divided it by the tokens in circulation, which is around 200 to 400 tokens right now. So if you just do that math, you'll get 500. So that means we have 500 times more tokens locked up right now than is currently in supply. So when that all hits the market, maybe even before we're ready to sell, before the first person hits the sell button, we might see a huge drop in price. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, that's the world we live in, you guys. Ethan Strick is in the live stream. Welcome, Ethan. We appreciate you. Okay, so I have another question here. What do you think? If you have a big amount of money, is it better to invest them in Curve or mining to get a stable passive income, and why? So you're gonna have to define what Curve is, because I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to there. And if you're talking about cryptocurrency mining, then that usually requires the purchasing of hardware. I personally do both. By the way, for those of you who don't know, I started out this journey as a cryptocurrency miner. Only just recently did I become, like a few months ago, did I become a cryptocurrency farmer, right? And that's obviously investing in all the DeFi projects. But I started out as cryptocurrency miner, specifically Ethereum, and then obviously after I broke even, took some of the profit, bought Bitcoin miners, and then diversified that way, right? And so that's always what I say to people. If you do want to do any kind of investment, try to diversify, right? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Do all of it if you can, right? So you've got little income streams that all add up to the big number. Don't depend on just one thing, because if that thing disappears, all your revenue is basically drained, right? So you don't have a revenue source. But if you're well spread out, well diversified, you should be in a really good position. Okay, so Curve Finance. We can go ahead and check that out actually. I have not checked out Curve Finance, but let's go ahead and check it out. Curve Finance. Curve. APC says, Mr. What do you see? Hold on, just a sec. Mister, did you see what happened with Ketchup? Yeah, man, we covered it a few days ago. They were actually hit with an exploit. That was one of the first sites that got hit with an attack, which is an exploit designed to mint infinite number of native tokens. And as a result, these attackers basically printed themselves a lot of the native token, cashed it out, and that pushed the price of the token to zero. And this happened across many platforms. And so we covered it in the last 2 live streams actually. So yeah, check that out if you haven't seen. It's super crazy. I'm so glad we cashed out APC last week, man. I'm so glad we cashed out. Let's see here. Seekbolt says, amazing explanation. You're welcome. You are welcome. Let's see. Okay, so it's a DeFi on Ethereum blockchain that focuses on stablecoins. All right, let's go ahead and check it out here. Let me connect to my MetaMask. You must change networks. Okay, let's go ahead and change networks. All right, let's switch from Matic to Ethereum. Maybe that's what they want. And it says, right, so let's see here. Options here, see all pools. I mean, to be honest, I think to answer your question, I would think about two things, okay? The first thing that I would think of if you're interested in investing in Curve is, number one, what do you envision your return to be like? Okay, one of the things I'm always telling people here, which is what I personally try and do after all our crazy experiences, is not to have as much exposure to said platform, regardless of whatever it is, right? And so, in other words, how quickly can I get back my initial investment? All right, so when we do any kind of investment, right, we want to try and get back our money as quickly as possible, so that everything that's left in the pool or the project is working for free, right? And so you don't have to worry about losing money. You don't have to worry about coin price. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff, right? Because you've got back your original principal, right? And so that's how I like to think of it. If I'm investing in, say, a stable coin pool, I want to make sure that I get back my initial deposit as quickly as possible, and if it's also possible, I get back my entire staked value in my wallet, and so the money that's in there can stay in there and just work for free, right? And so that's a way to think about it. Ask yourself, what kind of return do you want to get? And number two, also consider the fees, right? So right now, if you're using any kind of app or protocol on the Ethereum network, you have to pay fees in Ether. And Ether fees are very expensive. They are the most expensive in all of DeFi, which is why mining is so profitable for us, right? When you guys are paying all those Ethereum fees, our mining rewards go a lot higher. Now, of course, that's gonna change when we get to EIP 1559, when we get to Ethereum 2.0, that's definitely gonna change. But for now, I would consider that very, very seriously. Am I willing to pay $20, $30, $50 per transaction, right? On Binance Smart Chain, we're paying cents. On Polygon Matic, we're paying fractions of a cent per transaction. And so when you're invested in an Ethereum-based project, especially if it's something like this that requires some kind of transaction through a smart contract, every time you do that transaction, you're gonna have to pay the fee in Ether, which is hella expensive. It's crazy expensive. So just keep that in mind. Right, so I think about Curve as a crypto bank where I can store my money with a 60 to 160%. That's what I told you about. Big amount of money. Yep. So it makes sense, for sure. It makes sense that you would want to put it in something like this, right? But again, of course, this particular episode, we weren't going to look at Curve, but I can actually analyze this platform, look at their documentation, white paper, audits, all of that stuff, maybe in a later episode. But anything regarding DeFi, you have to always consider the possibility that it is not safe, right? Even if they say that it is safe, even if it appears as some kind of legitimate operation, right? If I were to pick a crypto bank account, I would pick something like Bitcoin, right? And the reason why I would pick something like Bitcoin is because I know it's going up in value over time. So it doesn't matter what amount Bitcoin is worth today. I know that in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, that Bitcoin is designed to become more scarce and therefore more valuable. And it's, of course, that's why it's so valuable right now. So for me, if I were to think about how to store my crypto, I would use something like Bitcoin to store it. But if I want to use DeFi, I would probably choose a vehicle that has a higher return, but also see how I can get my money out as quickly as possible to build wealth. So if you already are at that stage where you've got lots of wealth, then maybe consider a vehicle that appreciates exponentially over time. Bitcoin, for example, has a halving reward every 4 years, which means that the amount of Bitcoin rewarded per block when mined is going to be cut in half every 4 years. Right now, I believe we're at like 6 Bitcoin. In 3.5 years, we'll be at 3 Bitcoin. In another like another like 10 years, we will be in 6 to 10 years, we will be at like 1.5 Bitcoin per block, right? And so you're gonna have to like forgive me here for the math. It's a little bit crazy. I'll have to like look at the actual charts, but it's designed to become deflationary over time. So it's designed to become more scarce, and therefore everybody wants it. All the big whales want it. All the institutions want it. They want it because they know this thing appreciates exponentially over time, and so that's something to keep in mind. And what do you think about accessibility to your investments? Do you use some kind of crypto debit cards? I do not, because they're not available in my region yet. But I would absolutely love, in fact, one of the projects that I'm very interested in creating, because I'm an entrepreneur, I like to actually create projects, is a way for people to spend their cryptocurrency, but maybe not necessarily linked to a centralized exchange, right? And so, yes, I absolutely love the idea. Absolutely. All right, so guys, we are going to cover another platform today called Everrise. And by the way, I'm also going to show you guys my portfolio here in just a sec. Nope, that's not Everrise. Everrise Finance. Everrise Finance. Everrise. Okay, I'm going to need the link, you guys. Everrise token. I got this sent to me a little while ago. Maybe oh, here it is. Everrise, a proprietary hyper-deflationary token. Everrise token. Okay, so in case you're new, we will be looking at this particular token today. But one of the things that we like to do on every channel and this on every episode on this channel, and there's also a way for me to basically be accountable to you guys, is to show you my daily earnings. Okay, so if you want to be a sophisticated investor, make sure you track your numbers, people. Make sure you track your numbers. Okay, and that means every project you get into, what your costs are, what your profit margin is. Make sure you track it. Okay, because if you don't know how much you're spending, if you don't know how much you're making, you effectively are at a disadvantage. Okay, so this is a spreadsheet that I made. You're free to use it if you want to. It'll be linked in the description below. You can just delete my data and put in your data. What you can see here is basically a series of my investments. I've also put like graphs and stuff like that so you guys can see. I did actually put in a couple of values here, but I'll just go ahead and show you guys one more time what we are working with, especially for those folks who are brand new to the channel. By the way, I just want to say thank you guys for sharing the content. Thank you guys for watching the content, and a very, very warm welcome to everybody who's new or who's joining us for like the first time. Every single day, which is so humbling for me, we get new subscribers, we get new viewers, we get new people joining our community, and I absolutely appreciate it. And so I just want to say thank you guys for making this such an awesome journey for me. So yeah, so in the meantime, let me show you guys what I'm working with right here, and effectively how I'm personally diversified. So you could say that my investments right now are split into a few categories. They are mining, DeFi, and other holdings. And again, this is not money I'm putting in every single month. This is just money that I had originally invested, and I'm just sort of slowly growing it, okay? So I'm not adding to the principal investment here, although I probably should get into the habit of doing so. And that's something to also think about. I repeat, I'm gonna say this really slowly so you all hear me. Do not invest more than you are willing to lose with cryptocurrency, okay? one more time in case you didn't get it, do not invest more than you are willing to lose with cryptocurrency, because you can lose in this game, you guys. You can absolutely lose. So please don't invest your life savings, don't invest your children's savings, your house allowance, or whatever it is, okay? Please, please, please consider only using money that you don't need for cryptocurrency, okay? It is very volatile, it is very dangerous. And I'm hoping that by showing you what I'm personally doing, maybe you'll start to learn a few good practices to make sure you are extra safe in terms of your exposure. All right, so for me, mining is the first category here, and that's investment number one. I've earned just under $11,000 on paper there, a little bit more that I did also cash out, but what I've recorded so far is just about $11,000. And DeFi, I'm split over two projects right now. Polysnow hasn't been performing that great, but we'll go ahead and take a look at it again in just a sec. But it's basically lavacake and polyslow for now. Lavacake right now, of course, yes, I do have a large number written in there. That's definitely not going to be what I cash out. Oh, it's even lower now. So about you could say about $400,000 in my lavacake balance right now. But of course, I'm not going to get all of that. I probably only estimate I might get like a few $100 maybe, which is still good enough, okay? But I thought for fun, we'll just go ahead and put down what our current paper value is there. So lavacake, you could say, is not an actual representation of value right now. Excuse me. And then, of course, the main holdings here, I hold both stable coins as well as other projects that I personally believe in. And as you can see, that category is very low. And if I were to invest monthly, these are the projects that I would buy monthly and just hold on to. Okay, even if I just earn a very, very small percent on them, that's totally fine, because they're not something that I plan on spending anytime soon. These are long-term plays, okay? So I put stable coins in this category for whenever I end up taking profit from my DeFi projects. I'll hold that as a stable coin in case I'm ready to invest in something else. Okay, so these are the three ways that I'm personally diversified, and I know that if any one of those kind of dries up, I've got another one of them to depend on. And so when you're doing this, also think about how you can diversify throughout this journey. Okay. So in terms of dailies here, we're looking at about $10 a day on Bitcoin average. And now it's a little bit higher with the rise in the Bitcoin price. About $52 average on ETH per day right now. Lava, of course, it's skewed. And about $9 per day on Polysnow. We're also going to go ahead and talk about that in just a sec. Because, stuff happened with Polyslow over the course of the last 24 hours. But anyways, before I do so, let me say hello to a couple more people here. We got a lot more people in here. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate you guys hanging out today. So we got Win NYXO. I think I'm saying that correctly. Win NYXO. I appreciate you hanging out. Tomorrow is Judgment Day. Absolutely. Oh man, we're going to get wrecked. Okay, quick public service announcement, you guys. Quick public service announcement. If you have, and this is not FUD, okay, this is just advice from a friend. If you have any LP staked on Lava right now, please remove it and cash it out right now, because that is going to be used to buy everyone's sell orders, okay? So if you have any LP staked on the Lava farms right now, please go ahead and cash that out. Withdraw that, exchange it for regular Lava, and hold it as a stable coin, okay? That is the best way for you to be safe before the reckoning tomorrow, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if you have any coins currently staked in, say, the stablecoin pools or anything like that, You might want to also remove that just to be safe in case the site goes down. We're talking about over $1 billion worth of value. Anything can happen in 24 hours, okay? Not FUD, just be better safe than sorry, you guys. Crypto Mike, N-S-U-M-A, and Suma. I think that's how we say it. Appreciate you watching from, I don't know what country that is. But I appreciate you hanging out today. Thank you for making awesome content. You are very welcome. And the reason why I can make content is because of all of you guys. You guys are the ones who watch every day. You guys are the ones who share the content. You guys are the ones who participate in the Telegram group. And so you guys are the reason that I have this channel. Without you guys, I don't have a channel, and so I really appreciate you guys hanging out as well as liking. By the way, if you haven't liked the video yet, please do so. It really helps tell all the algorithms across the platforms that this content should be more visible. Hopefully it'll also help more people out. Bench Press Poppy is in the live stream. Welcome. Everrise has some utility. What are your thoughts? We're going to actually take a look at that and review it today. Alan is in the live stream. Welcome, Alan. We appreciate you. Good day, my dear friend. Okay, Adolf. Yo. We appreciate you hanging out. Finally, you made it, man. You made it. 22 watching and 10 likes. Come on, you guys can do better. Yes, please like the video, you guys. Like the video. Crypto Mike says Ethiopia. Awesome. I would love to actually visit Ethiopia at some point. I was in South Africa before. Got it. I'm actually South African, but it's been a long while since I've been there. Sammy Knight says, how much money did you start with? That is a great question. So when I got into cryptocurrency, I was like many people, I got into it very late. Okay, this is like December last year. And I've been an entrepreneur for 5 years. I've been an investor with my wife, and I have been investors in the traditional system for like 8 years, okay? I've known about cryptocurrency. I didn't take it seriously, okay? I put all our investments monthly, every single month, compound interest, mutual funds, that sort of thing, every single month for 8 years. So I had a little bit of money built up through that. Took about $3,000 and started to invest in mining equipment. Okay, so I didn't start to invest in coins directly, probably should have. I think Pancake Swap would have been the best investment if I had invested in December. Pancake Swap and BNB. If I bought just those two projects last year, we'd have easily between $100,000 and $200,000 right now, just following the same strategy that I've been following. So you live and you learn, right? You live and you learn. But I took that money, $3,000, I bought mining equipment to mine Ethereum, right? I had a graphics card in my computer, tested it out with my good friend MCZ, which hopefully he'll join the live stream. Where is he, you guys? He's always here, but he's not here right now. Anyways, I digress. Yeah, so I bought that, and then after I broke even on that, of course, I reinvested until I got it to a point where it was making a lot of money every day, about $150 a day. That was a good spot for me. I didn't want to invest too much more because the market had become super difficult to get equipment. Everybody was like scalping at like right now as well. You don't find graphics cards for retail anymore. They're usually like 2, 3, 4x the price, which is terrible. So I stopped buying graphics cards, took some of that money, bought Bitcoin miners because they were not as popular as the graphics cards. And so that's kind of like been my strategy. Instead of focusing on what everyone else is focusing on, I'm always looking for the next opportunity that I can get in low enough to start my entry point. So after Bitcoin mining became profitable, I then took some of that money, started with DeFi. So if you're asking how much should I start with in DeFi, I'd probably say between $1,000 to $2,000 worth of profit from mining. So yeah, That's the short answer, or the long answer. Sorry. But hopefully that answers your question. All right, so let's jump into. Adolfo says Portugal here. Yo, we are having international audience, you guys. Appreciate you. Shout out to Portugal. I would love to actually visit at some time. We actually did a Euro trip, my wife and I, in 2014. I would love to visit Portugal. Very, very cool things I've heard about that place. Okay, cool. So now that you guys have seen my numbers and some of the ways that I do my daily tracking, you'll notice that I also have several tabs down here. And the reason for that is because I like to track everything individually. So the first tab here is all of my expenses. So as you can see, I write down every single thing I spent. And of course, I also write down all the sales that I make, because I don't just hold on to equipment. Sometimes I flip it for a profit. And then of course, I'll write down my break evens here. With mining, this is how I track my mining. As you can see, every single day I write down my numbers. So yesterday I made $12.89 on Bitcoin and about $45.65 on ETH. Of course, lavacake, I've pulled out my investment, so I haven't really updated that. Poly Snow here, I made about, you could say, I did cash out. So what did I cash out here? That is about 30, oops, my bad, 37 plus 9. So about $46 I made on Poly Snow. And I'll go ahead and show you guys what's happening with Poly Snow in just a sec. Or maybe we'll come back to Poly Snow. Let's go ahead and check out Everrise. Okay, so Everrise, in case you are new, which by the way, this is the first time I'm actually looking at this. It says here, it's a proprietary hyperdeflationary token. All right, why is it hyperdeflationary? So let's have a look here. That's the chart. Okay, we are going to the pool coin, you guys. We're going to the pool coin. All right. Okay, so let's have a look at the chart. So Everrise entered the market at a couple of fractions of a cent, and it's been making its rise. Very, very gracefully. Wow, it has actually been rising, but that number is too small for me to see right now. It's like 0. How many zeros is this? 1, 2, 3. It's a really small number. So anyways, dollars, you'll get like a lot. You'll get a lot of it. But what is it? Let's go ahead and check it out. So yes, you can buy it on Pancake Swap. Every rise has a fall, so every fall must have a rise. I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool. How do you get it? You download Trust Wallet, you fund your wallet. Okay, so that's pretty normal. We know that stuff. So why invest in Everrise? Okay, so let's see. What is their pitch? To not only benefited through static rewards, but also by the buyback process of the contract. As part of the buyback process, contract takes care of buying back some of the tokens and burns them whenever a sell happens. So in a nutshell, 98% of the time, you will not see 2 sell transactions at any time, and there will never be 3 sell transactions continuously at any time. Very confusing. Holy mackerel, my goodness, look at that supply. Okay, so there's an dang, son. So there's an initial supply of 1 quadrillion tokens. Wow. I thought they were deflationary. That sounds crazy. And that's just the initial supply? Wow, that's insanely huge. Amazing. Anyways, so what are they saying here? So 5% of that initial supply goes to the dev wallet. 4.5% is for marketing and promotions. 18.5% for private sale, 40% for pre-sale, and 32% for liquidity. Okay, interesting. I'm trying to find out what the utility is here. Okay, so you get taxed here. Okay, so if you hold a token, you get a 2% tax, is that right? Or is that a 2% interest? I'm not entirely sure. There's a marketing tax, which is 3%, a buyback tax, which is 6%, and a slippage tax, which is 13%. Interesting. These will be utilized to keep the price of the token in check by buying back the token and burning them. Ever own. Investors are not aware of the issues when ownership is renounced and the project goes bad. Owners are not ready to renounce ownership because of its use when some things need to be changed. And we are coming up with our own DApp called Ever Own. Ever Own can maintain the ownership of the contract rather than the owners themselves, so that if something needs to be changed, the owner can reclaim it with the community's acceptance. Okay, so there's some kind of consensus mechanism built into the project, which is which is interesting. Everlock. This is another DApp which will be created to lock the liquidity pool of custom tokens. Okay, let's go ahead and click on the audit there to find out what they're about. So they have used tech rate, which is pretty standard for most new projects. Okay, so they're on the Binance Smart Chain. Let's see here. So the tech rate was commission. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this is the first red flag for me, to be honest. 1 quadrillion to. Okay, I'm confused. Is that the initial supply or the total supply? Because right here, tech rate says it's the total supply. Is that quadrillion? So that's million. That's billion. Trillion, quadrillion. Yeah. So that says total supply. I'd love to know, actually. I'd love to know. Is it the initial supply or the total supply? The token's ticker symbol is RISE. Top 100 holders dominance is 100%. I'm not sure what that means, but we will go ahead and check out BSC scan in just a sec. Okay, we know about the taxes already. Everrise Finance token distribution. Okay, we know about that already. They went live on the 12th of June, apparently. It tells you which token holders are currently active. Okay, so this was probably the main dev wallet. There. Cool. Okay, so they're talking about the contract function details here. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at, to be honest. But if any of you guys are familiar with code specific to this particular language, I'm not sure if this is Solidity, but definitely go ahead and check that out and let me know if we're seeing anything that's volatile there. Okay, so here we're looking at some of their statuses of these. So we're looking at relatively clear score there. Out of gas. Okay, the function called include reward includes a loop to find and remove addresses from the excluded list. From the underscore excluded list, functions will be aborted with the out of gas exception if there will be a long excluded address list. Check that the excluded array length is not too big. I wish I could tell you guys what this means here, but I've not actually seen this out of gas flag before. I imagine that if you're trying to do a transaction on the chain, it might throw an error or something. I'm not sure. What does that mean, you guys? Let me know in the chat there. The function underscore get current supply also uses a loop for evaluating total supply. It also could be aborted with the out of gas exception if there will be a long excluded addresses list. Okay, so it sounds like this particular function here could be used to manipulate the smart contract. That's how I'm understanding this. And so if, for example, you're relying on the standard mechanism, you might experience this out of gas error, I guess. I'm not sure. They are specifying a fix here. Owner privileges in the period that of this audit, the owner was not renounced. They've already mentioned that they were going to launch an app. So they're not actually, their intention is not to renounce ownership, but rather to have the ownership be governed by their app, or their DApp, I don't know. Okay, so what can the owner do right now? The owner can change the maximum transaction amount. The owner can exclude from the fee. Owner can change the marketing divisor. Owner can change the minimum number of tokens to add to liquidity. And owner can change taxes and liquidity fees. Okay, so there are some pretty dangerous. Oh, there are more permissions that the owner has. Owner can change buyback upper limit. Owner can change marketing address. Owner can enable and disable buyback. Owner can enable the before and pre-sale modes. Owner can lock and unlock. By the way, using these functions, the owner could retake privileges even after ownership was renounced. Ooh, so that's like a little backdoor entry there. Very interesting. Now, of course, if there are entry points like this into the smart contract, into the whole network, then, you know, God forbid, some malicious third parties could potentially also get access to said vulnerabilities, right? And if they do, then we might see a repeat of what happened a few days ago with all the attacks and the tokens getting completely drained out of the system. So interesting. Liquidity locking details are not provided by the team. Smart contracts contain low severity issues. Liquidity pair contract security issues is not checked due to out of scope. 1/3 of the liquidity goes to the marketing address. Just kind of hearing this, to be honest, doesn't make me feel that secure, to be completely fair. But anyways, let's go ahead and show you some of the facts here so you guys can make up your own mind. Okay, so we'll put that in there. And let's have a look at some of the addresses. Okay, so my friends, let's have a look here. So the first address, of course, is the burn address, which is pretty normal already. Wow, that's a lot. That's a huge amount. So 1 billion, 83 trillion tokens. 83 trillion tokens were already burned, you guys. I can see why they're saying it's gonna be deflationary. Very interesting. This particular address owns about 4%. This might be the dev address, I'm not entirely sure. That's about 40 trillion. Let's just verify. Billion, trillion. Yeah, so I think that's about 40 trillion tokens is currently owned by the dev address. I wonder, like, if I were to buy this, let's go ahead and click on Pancake Swap here and see how much I would be able to get. What would that actually be right now? So let's import, let's swap, and let's make this like USD. Let's do USDT. Okay, so if I were to spend $1, wow, what is that number? Okay, so that is 14 million. 14 million. Yeah, so just spending $1 gets me 14 million Rise tokens. So I guess you could kind of do the math on that. If you spend $10, so you get 143 million. No? Well, 1.4 billion. 1.4. Am I reading this right? What is this? No, 142 million. Yeah, I was right. 142.9 million. Yeah. If you spend $100, that becomes 1.4 billion. $1,000, 14, probably like 14. No, 142 billion. 1, 2, 3. These numbers are so big. 14 billion. 14.2 billion. Yeah. Crazy. crazy, crazy. Personally, I have to be honest, you guys. I have to be honest. Okay, it's not like anything negative, but this is personally a project that I don't really think I would want to invest in. Personally. I don't see any use for it right now. It's very inflationary. Well, maybe, I don't know. It depends on how they manage it, but it looks to be quite deflationary, quite inflationary, at least in the initial run. Of course, they're burning lots of tokens. And so to me, that's like, okay, so why are you creating all those tokens in the first place if you're just going to burn them? I don't know. But hey, if you want to get in, you know, you can get like 140 million tokens for like $10, I think it is, or something like that. That's crazy. All right, so we got a couple more people here. We have Q-Raz Barbosa. I think I'm saying your name correctly. I apologize if I'm not. Please, friend, do an analysis of this project. Please, friend, do an analysis of this project. Please, friend, do an analysis of this project. Manta Ray Swap. Okay, so the good news is we actually already did an analysis of Manta Ray Swap a couple of live streams ago. I'll actually find it for you in case you're interested to check it out. Just give me a sec here while I find out. Okay, so Manta Ray Swap. Okay, so live stream. I'll put it in the chat if you want to check that out at some point. Let's see here. So live stream number 22 was when we reviewed and analyzed Manta Ray Swap, and I have to say, I personally, it looks good, it looks beautiful, it looks great, but I personally am wary of investing in anything that Mark builds or anything that Mark is associated to. And if you don't know who Mark is, he's the owner of FishSwap, apparently, or whatever his real name is, right? But we call him Mark because that's his name in the Telegram group, the Telegram investors group. So Mark, as we fondly, Mark, the most recent Lambo owner, he's the guy that apparently owns not only FishSwap, but also Manta Ray and Venom Swap and Siberian and all these other projects. Maybe there are more, right? But those are the projects that I know of based on what his admin staff told me in Telegram DM. And so, you know, this guy, he rug pulled us, right? I lost three grand, you guys. $3,000. I should have listened to my own advice. I can laugh about it now, but you know, it still sucks, right? And there are loads of people out there that have not recovered, right? I'm not fully recovered either, unless I get the sweet lava payout, and then I won't complain anymore. But please be very careful when you're investing in project that Mark is associated with, because he can rug pull you. Okay, so let's see here. Adolfo says, I found out Poly Yield from your videos. Extremely happy with the results so far. Poly Yield is golden. It is such a great opportunity. I personally love their project. I haven't invested, unfortunately. Have not invested, but I do love their project. Very, very cool opportunity there. If you guys want to check out Poly Yield, I think they've only got like 62,000 tokens or something crazy. So they're always maintaining a really high. I'll actually show you guys in case you didn't check that out. You'll also find that in some of my previous live streams. But Poly Yield, you'll notice that their token price is quite high, over $300, and it's been this way for a long while. If you're interested in obviously like joining their farm or whatever, you can get in at like a pretty decent rate here. But hey, everything that I share on this channel is not, I repeat, it is not financial advice, people. I'm just presenting the information. Do your own research if you're interested. But this looks like a really cool opportunity. You've also got the auto-yelled pool. By the way, if you want free Matic, you can go ahead and claim their yelled bounty. This is exactly the same way it works on Pancake Swap. Okay, quick hot tip for you guys: if you want free Matic for your gas fees, just go ahead and claim their bounty, because we know that all Matic transactions are fractions of a cent, but their bounty is like 1 cent. So if I claim this, oh my gosh, I gotta connect my wallet here, you guys. Why am I not connected? Oh, because I'm on Ethereum. Let me just demonstrate this for you guys. So I have like 0.22 Matic right now, which is enough. But as soon as that comes up again, I can go ahead and I can claim that, right? So I'll show you guys in just a sec when it shows up again, that I can claim that, and I will get a fair amount of Matic, right? Enough for like probably 10 transactions, maybe more. So see, it shows up like this. I click confirm. It's exactly like Pancake Swap. Now you might be thinking you have to spend Matic to earn Matic, but it doesn't matter, because the amount you spend is far less than the amount you're making. So if you want to earn 1 to 2 cents for free, just go ahead and click that bounty button. Now, of course, we're not going to do this because that's super thin in terms of gains, but this is a free way. You can consider this a free faucet for you in case you need Matic. So as soon as that confirms on the chain, I'll be able to show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so let's see here. Linksy Jane says, hey, love your voice. I just joined, and can you tell me what you think of Everrise? Thanks. Linksy, we appreciate you hanging out today, and we just talked about Everrise. And so if I were to summarize, I'd probably say, number one, it looks inflationary even though they're marketing it as deflationary. Why? Because they have 1 frickin' quadrillion tokens. Can you believe it? It's insane. It's insane. There's no, right now, there's no utility based on what I've seen. If some of you guys have found utility for it, please, by all means, let me know and I'll go ahead and check it out again. But right now, I'm not seeing any utility other than just a speculative hold. Now, granted, they are burning a ton of tokens. So they've already burnt about like several trillion tokens, like 40 trillion or something ridiculous like that. And so what you see on screen actually is Everrise, and these are all the addresses. You can say that the largest holder right now only owns about 4% of that supply. If you wanted to buy in right now, you could probably spend a very low amount of money, say $10, and you'll get over I think it's like over 10 million or over 100 million tokens, something ridiculous like that. Might be worth it if you want to diversify and speculate. Personally, I don't see any utility for it. However, if they do a really good job of marketing, if they do a really good job of creating something that becomes valuable, it might be a really cool trading opportunity. But right now, I'm personally not seeing anything exciting in there. But again, do your own research. Right now, if this particular wallet were to dump, I don't think everybody would be too affected, unless you invest like thousands of dollars, and then you'd probably be affected. But please be wise with such projects. Okay, they still have ownership over their contracts. They've not renounced anything, and so they can effectively print another quadrillion tokens if they wanted to. They could print, significantly more than that, right? And so when they do, or if that happens, that is how a rug pull can occur. That said, because some of their security has not been fully addressed based on their tech rate audit, the smart contracts effectively have some vulnerabilities still, and so attackers or maybe really talented developers who just want to exploit this particular coin, they can easily do it if what we saw on the audit is true. So personally, I wouldn't touch it, but again, you know, do your own research and you know, make your own decisions. Let's see. Alan says, which of the farms are yielding in Avalanche? Right. We want to check out Avalanche, right? Avalanche. Oh, by the way, another farm opened today. If you guys are interested, it is called Worms. It's called Worms, you guys. It's called Worms. Worms Digital. Worms. Okay. We'll check out Avalanche in just a sec. But in case you're interested, Worms just opened. And as you can see, you can earn Worms by staking stable coins. They literally opened like an hour ago. Their mining just recently started like an hour ago. So the Worm price, of course, dropped from like $17 to like $1. Probably going to continue to tank. But, you know, Worms is an interesting opportunity right now if you're interested. If you got into the Worm system here, you could potentially earn 100% of your money in 1 day. But hey, I don't know, because this is something that that just started. They are a Matic system, okay? They are a Matic system. So if like obviously this particular pool right here is the best performing one, unless you want to jump into the farms here, which of course they have significantly more yield. So as you can see, significantly more yield, but also keep in mind you're buying everyone else's sell orders, so keep that in mind, okay? Unless you want to invest in like the stablecoin farms. But if you want like significant gains, then, you know, you might want to consider the farms. If you want really good gains, not significant, but really good gains, then you could invest in this Worm pool. But I personally advise to never buy the native token until you find a bottom, right? So until you find that bottom spot, don't buy the native token. It's going to continue to tank in value, as you can see right here. But Worms just open up, and let's go ahead and check out Avalanche. Avalanche Finance, is it, Alan? Which one is it? Avalanche Finance? I can't remember. Linksy says, thanks for the explanation. You are very welcome. Avalanche. Is it this one? Ava Labs? Ava Labs. Nope. I don't think so, you guys. I don't think that Ava Labs is the actual website. But if you guys do have the link to that, please go ahead and write it in the chat, so I can just copy and paste or just click on it. But I don't find it here. Okay, let me show you what's happening with Polysnow in case any of you are invested in there. Polysnow was something I was super excited about. I was really excited about it. I was potentially even considering, also very tempted to buy the native token, but then it just started tanking, as they all do. So as you can see, I still have about $1,000 invested in there, but right now it's gotten so thin that it's probably not worth it. So I might just go ahead and like unstake that. But yeah, it's super sad. It's super sad to see what's happening there. Such a great developer, but just unfortunate that he did not have that much luck here, and the platform, which literally relaunched after its first failing. It relaunched, and now it's tanking again. And of course, lots of the people holding on, unfortunately, they also got they lost quite a bit of money, unfortunately. So how much do we actually have in here right now? About $2,000, give or take. You could say I did lose about like $20, about $26. in fees, which I have not gotten back. I do still have some of my, some of my snow. I do still have some of that. I could probably just go ahead and like sell that right now, but yeah, that's just how it is. So Alan, hey, if you have a link to the Avalanche, let me know in the chat, and I will be happy to take a look at it. Okay, so in case you haven't seen, by the way, this is the auto yield pool. It's doing pretty well. So if you hold a yield coin, which by the way looks to be quite stable. Again, this is super new project, but it does look pretty stable. Exactly, or almost exactly like Pancake Swap's auto compound pool, except right now you're doing about 4% per day, and of course you can always just offload your yield. So if you buy like say 2 and a bit yield and you stick it in there, you'll earn 4% per day, which is like 0.1 yield, which is not too bad, not too bad. And of course, because it's auto compounding over say the course of 30 days, you'll get 2 times your money back, which is not too bad. I love auto compounding pools, but please tread with caution, okay guys? Not financial advice, please tread with caution. However, I do think this is going to be a deflationary project. Only 62,000 tokens, if I'm not mistaken. Very, very cool. No, I'm not promoting them, but yes, something I definitely consider one of my potential investments. Okay, so in case you want to check out tokenomics, 62,000 max supply per block daily. Interesting project, really interesting project. Hopefully they continue to be successful, and yeah, if you're interested, check it out. Right, Avalanche. I don't see Avalanche, you guys. I don't see Avalanche. By the way, if you're interested in any project, right, I'll probably close out with this. If you're interested in any project, or you want to see where you could potentially invest next, or what's coming out, or what just came out, right? If you want to see all of the projects or most of the projects that currently exist, go to rugduck.io and click on their calendar. Okay, and once you do that, you'll be able to see all of the projects that have already launched. So these projects have launched over the last few days. These projects are going to open up on they're going to open up their farms pretty soon. So you got Blood Moon, Sigma Swap, Crab Swap, Worms. Worms just opened up today. Orange Grove, Polysa. Okay, these ones are going to open up tomorrow. Panther, Poker DeFi, Pumpkin, Poly Rocket, Armageddon, Poly Cotton. There's so many. There's so many, and as you can see, there's a giant timeline, and they probably will continue to flood the market. Okay, so there is no shortage of projects to invest in, but you obviously just want to be very, very careful with what you pick. Be very safe. Always make sure you do your research here, because there are a lot of these projects. Okay, so of course in July, Rugduck doesn't have anything, but I think he does have for the previous month. So he started posting here from about May, you can say. So Polygon, Tomb, Pex, Poly Pizza, Poly Pingu, Golden Bull, Kiko, Macho. There's so many, you guys. So many. Okay, so please, if you want to check out projects, that's where you can definitely go. Azar has a question. Azar says, sir, farms are better or pools? Oh, we got an answer from Middle-Aged Crypto. Let's see what Mr. Middle-Aged Crypto, who by the way is like a veteran when it comes to cryptocurrency, so make sure you guys chat with him in the Telegram group. He really knows his stuff. Very, very experienced trader. Azar, depends on your game plan. Easiest is pools if you're willing to be a little more risky than the farms. Yeah, I agree with that. If you are able to get a high enough yielding pool, especially if it's like a stable coin or some kind of big cap coin, that would be the safer bet. right? Because that means you're getting back your initial investment minus deposit fees, which is around 4%. If you get back that 4% as quickly as possible, you've effectively gotten the project for free. And effectively, if you need to pull out, like what you just saw me do here with Polysnow, you can get back your initial money, no loss effectively taken minus deposit fees. Just keep that in mind, right? With the farms, if I were to advise you, actually, let me show you. It might make more sense if I just show you. Let's close this and let's go here. Okay, and let's go to where do we want to go? Pancake Swap. All right. So this Azar, this could probably give you an idea, and hopefully this will also give everyone else an idea if they are considering investing in farms. Okay, so let's go to the trade section and let's click on exchange, right? So let's say I want to trade lava. Let's say I want to trade lava right now. Okay, I have USDT. Okay, so I want to sell my lava and I want to get USDT, right? So let's say I have one lava, and that means I'm going to get, according to this, $7,324 worth of USDT. But where do you think that money comes from? Okay, ask yourself that question. It doesn't just appear out of thin air. It actually comes from the liquidity that people have invested in the farm. Specifically this one right here. This one, the Lava USDT LP, right? So if somebody is selling lava, okay, this particular pool, which currently has $280,000 in it, is paying for that sale. So by you investing in a liquidity pool, okay, you're effectively paying every time, or you're effectively helping to pay every time somebody is selling. Okay, so keep that in mind. So that's the first thing to consider. Second thing to consider is that when you participate, notice that there are two coins. There are always two coins. This is called a token pair, and the token pair needs to remain in a 1:1 ratio. Okay, so notice here, if I want to go into lava, let's say I want to go into lava, right? And I want to start with one lava, okay? And maybe I want to join the BUSD pool. It's going to tell me for one lava, I also need to supply 7,459 BUSD. Okay, you might have seen that before, you might have experienced that before, but why do you think that actually happens? That happens because every time this fluctuates, okay, so one of the coins here is typically volatile. If you're using two coins that are volatile, then you're going to experience heavier impermanent loss. But anyways, the concept of impermanent loss happens when this ratio is broken, right? So keep this in mind. When you're starting out your LP, that ratio that you see there, one lava for 7,461, that is ratio 1:1. Okay, when lava either moves up or down in value, that ratio is broken. And when you break the ratio, or when the ratio is broken, you suffer something called impermanent loss, which means your BUSD goes lower and your lava can either increase in quantity. Okay, so in this case, if we're talking about lava this week, it was actually a pretty cool opportunity to invest in because it was going up in value. It started at 1,000, it's now at like $7,000 or $8,000. Super awesome growth. So that means impermanent loss, in other words, our BUSD is being traded for lava, okay, we get back more than we put into the LP. But in most other platforms, you're gonna get back less because all of the liquidity in those other platforms is not locked like it is in the lavacake system. So to answer your question, long story short, in gist, it is a lot more risky to use the LP farms. A lot more risky. And the reason why it's risky, or rather the reason why the APR is higher is because they want to incentivize you to take that risk. And you have to be smart enough to understand your threshold. Don't just think, oh, that's a much larger number. I can get more for my investment. You can if you're able to cash out and make back all the money that you invested very quickly. And you take that and you cash out and you keep it in your wallet, then all of your LP is free. That is the smartest way to play it. However, if you are invested and you're just, say, compounding, for example, then you run the risk of buying everyone's trades, you run the risk of suffering heavy impermanent loss, and of course you're going to get back a lot less than you started with. So please consider those points. Hopefully that makes sense. Right, so let's see here. So Mahavir is in the live stream today. Welcome, Mahavir. Appreciate you hanging out today, my friend. Hey, YG is in the live stream. Appreciate you hanging out today. So DJ Terror Mixes. What's up, DJ Terror Mixes? Appreciate you hanging out. Can you remove your liquidity and keep your rewards to harvest? Absolutely. As you can see, if I go over to my lava, I don't have any liquidity anymore, but I still have my rewards there, right? I still have my rewards. Where are my rewards? I've got 41 there, and I should have some more somewhere else here. It was somewhere here, but I lost it, you guys. I lost it. Where is it? It's the die one, isn't it? Okay, I can't remember. Maybe I'm blind. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So I got some there. I don't have any liquidity. I also participate in the staking pools here, so I've got some there in the DAI pool. I have some in the USDT pool. So yeah, for sure, man, you can totally unstake and remove your liquidity. But hey, if you want to be smart, all you have to do is just head over here. Okay, you right click like this. Okay, you right click and you choose inspect, and then you go down here. Okay, and you click this code, and you just change this code, and then you press F12, and now you can harvest your tokens before the harvest lockup. How cool is that? So technically, you know, if I wanted to, I could just go ahead and click on the harvest button right now. I don't have to wait till tomorrow. Of course, you know, I'm not going to do that to you guys. Of course I'm not going to do that. I mean, why would I? I'm a nice guy. I can wait till tomorrow. I can totally wait till tomorrow. Okay, but let's see what some of the other comments are saying here. Okay, so Seek Bolt says, if we harvest and cash out lava at the same time, what can potentially happen? APC is the only one that got that joke. Appreciate it, APC. Thank you for laughing. You make me feel better about myself. Right. So if we harvest and cash out at the same time, what can potentially happen if there's $1.5 billion in market cap? Okay. Excellent question. Excellent question. So let's say, for example, that you and I are going to cash out this thing is moving by itself. Okay, you and I are going to cash out all our lava at the same time. That's $1.5 billion worth of assets. But notice there's only $13.8 million available to buy those assets when people sell. So first thing, of course, the price is going to tank. Of course. Right now the price is tanking if people are selling. Imagine what's going to happen on tomorrow, right? So keep that in mind, right? Price is going to tank very hard. But also you're going to have lots of people who cannot sell. Okay, lots of people are not going to be able to sell their tokens. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to sell. And the reason why they're not going to be able to sell is because there's no liquidity available. And you might have an error on the Pancake Swap router that says no liquidity available. Okay, so keep that in mind, people. If you want to sell, you want to be really fast, or you want to hold for the next week, the following week, and then sell then. Right. So let's see. We got Nath B _V in the in the live stream. Appreciate you. Hopefully I said your name correctly, man. I apologize if I'm butchering your name. I apologize. Okay, DJ says, like, can I unstake from Lava and remove my liquidity tokens in Pancake Swap, fully take out even my Lava and still keep the harvest reward? Yes, absolutely, and you should. You should do it right now because I'm very sure the price is going to tank before tomorrow. And then secondly, I'm very sure that if you try to do it tomorrow, you might not succeed. So do it right now if you can. Mario Banos is in the live stream. Appreciate you hanging out. Thanks for the great insight on Lava. Can you check out Everrise Finance? Seems like a solid project right now. We actually reviewed them yesterday. We did a complete review of them. I will send you the video to yesterday's live stream, or rather the link to yesterday's live stream if you want to check it out. Oops, my bad. So in case you want to check out the review, here it is, Mr. Mario. Here it is. All right. Let's see. Nath B _V says, no, that was great, awesome. Are you streaming somewhere else as well? Yes, we're actually streaming directly to YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So we got most of the folks who are watching us right now are on Facebook. I'm sorry, on YouTube. And then the second largest audience, about 2,000 people, are on Facebook. And then I think I've only got like 2 to 4 people on Twitch right now. I don't know. But I'll be honest, I haven't made a concerted effort to grow my Twitch following. So please like and follow. Please, that would be great. But if you want to also, come over to YouTube, that's also cool. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, okay, I'm not missing any other comments here. So yeah, awesome. So yeah, you guys, so before I let you wonderful people go, I'll tell you about a really cool opportunity. If you are somebody who's interested in not just trading cryptocurrency, but also starting a real business that you can potentially depend on or maybe even replace your job with, I'd like to invite you to check out our free workshop where we teach you how to build and sell your own online courses. You don't have to be an expert, you don't have to be a teacher. Anybody can do this, and you can do it really profitably. I'm talking up to 6, maybe even 7 figures per year doing this. This is what we're doing. Blue Brain is my company, and we've been teaching people how to do this for the last 3 years. So I'd love to invite you to that workshop, totally for free. We'll teach you how to go from 0 to sales in less than 60 days. Link in the description below. With that, guys, I'm going to say you guys are awesome. I really appreciate you. I really am honored that so many people are starting to watch this content. You guys are amazing. You're an amazing community, and I really appreciate you. I'd like to encourage you to please hit that thumbs up button because it really does help the channel grow and creates more exposure. But also share this with your friends who are also investing. If you have friends who are also in DeFi, who are also in other kinds of projects, share one of these videos with them. Let them make up their own mind as to whether they want to subscribe or not, but at least they'll gain some of the knowledge and information that we're sharing here, and hopefully they can avoid some costly mistakes, okay? So really important. It helps us out when you guys share the content, okay? Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it wherever, all right? As long as more people get to be safe out there and get access to that information. If you guys want to chat to me personally, if you want to chat to all the other awesome people in our community, we have a Telegram group. It's linked in the description, so you can click on that. You can join, again, totally for free. All of the information we share is free. You don't have to pay for anything. We just want more people to be safe. We want more people to be educated. And of course, we want more people to be successful. Here are all my wonderful social media handles. In case you guys haven't followed me, you can follow me over there as well. Make sure you subscribe or follow wherever you're watching right now. That also tells me that you like this content. Comment and let me know if you have any questions, right? What are you gonna do? I know tomorrow's gonna be a really big lava day for many people invested in lava right now. I've got $400,000 riding on this. Probably not gonna see much, but anyways, it's a really exciting, fun project for us to do together. Hopefully you guys didn't lose money with this project, but let me know what you guys are gonna do. What's your strategy for tomorrow? Let me know in the comment section. And with that, guys, I wanna say thank you again so much. I appreciate you. Take care, I love you guys. I'll see you in tomorrow's live stream. Take care, everybody.